the Gatherall's puffin and whale watching tours. We're gonna go and see some whales or puffins and see how exciting that will be. Oh, shell? Let's see. Oh, pretty one. It's a beautiful place. They have everything under the sun.
We're gonna feed the whales.
We're gonna feed the whales. We'll actually see whales. We're at Babel's.
The water's so deep, right?
Hmm?
The water's so deep, right?
Yeah. Make sure you don't drop your puffin in the water.
Dada.
Right.
Dada.
Let's go with Mommy, Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about puffins.
Puffins are living in
Where? Newfoundland?
yeah.
Are we going to see puffins today?
Yeah.
Oh, is the puffin going to be that size or smaller?
Like this size.
This size? Wow.
But not too big.
Not too big, yeah. What do puffins like to eat?
They like to eat fish.
Are we going to see puffins diving in the water and catching fish today?
No.
We would not see?
No, we're gonna see them flying.
Oh yeah, we're going to see puffins flying. Maybe we see them catching some fish too.
Yeah.
Oh, are you excited for today?
Yeah. And we're gonna see a whale.
We're going to see whales today.
Yeah, it's gonna do the tails.
How much of a guarantee can you say we'll see a whale today? One? Will Jesus send whales near our boat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting in the boat. Some puffins and whales and the beautiful ocean.
Ah. Ah.
Hello. Hello.
Watch your step, please.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard, folks. Watch your step.
We go up. Up. No. Passe olhando pro lado. Sit here, Jason. Sit. Sit near Daniel.
Because there was 4 bald eagles there in for the puffin buffet. So now, aside from that, unfortunately, we didn't see any whales yesterday. No, that sucked. But just after the boat tied up, believe it or not, about 2 hours later, there was a minke whale a couple hundred feet right here off my
Wow.
starboard side.
Yay.
That's just the way it is. And one of my buddies had on Facebook, he saw a humpback here outside the harbour around 5 o'clock. So, they are moving about. Problem with the whales is they got big tails and they wear no bells. So keep your eyes open. I'll entice you to look hard for if you can beat the crew. For the first person that can beat the crew to spot the first whale, we'll give you a shot of rum. Fair enough. Traditional Newfoundland rum made in Jamaica, man. Called Screech. Now other than that, there's an awful lot sickness on the go around here. We call it summer teeth. Symptoms are puffins and whales, excited people running around not listening to the crew, and halfway across the deck they trip, they fall, and they smash their face off the corner of a bench or the deck, and then we have a case of summer teeth. That's when summer teeth are in your mouth, some are on the deck. So, you want to pay heed when they tell you to hold on is exactly what it means. If you're in the bow, we'd ask you heads down between your knees. May I suggest just a tiny bit further?
On a boat, all right? We're heading out to the Willis Bay Ecological Reserve. I'm gonna get you guys to try it again. Let's bring up the hype a little bit more. All right, welcome aboard the Gaffer 6. How is everyone doing this morning? Woo! There you go, that's a little bit better. All right, so I went over the safety there now. I'll introduce the crew so you know who you're sailing with here today.
And the harder you stamp, the better I'm gonna sound, okay? So it goes like this. From Babel's harbor we set sail. The wind was blowing a devil of a gale. All the ringtails set and about the swirling peak, and the dolphin strikers plowing up the deep with the big bow wow, tow row row, for the road a right old day. And a captain comes up from down below. He looks aloft and he looks so low. He looks so low and he looks a lot. Saying, let's call these ropes, boys, forward and off with the big bow wow, tow row row, for the road a right old day. And as back to his cabin he quickly crawls, and onto the steward he loudly bawls, go and fetch me a drink that'll make me cough, for it's better wetter here than it is up aloft with the big bow wow, tow row row, for the road a right old day. And it's us poor sailors standing on the deck with the blasted rain pouring down our necks. Not a drop of grog will he to us afford, and he damns our eyes with every other word. It's the big bow wow, tow row row, for the road a right old day. And if nothing more we sailors crave, for him to find a watery grave, tie him down in a dark deep hole, where the sharks will have his body and the devil take his soul, with the big bow wow, tow row row, for the road a right old day, with the big bow wow, tow row row, for the road a right old day. Thanks folks, thank you very much. You're too.
This island has so many. Oh, there are lot puffins.
And there's one camper.
She won't stop trying. She might stumble, leave her stride. She might fall, but she'll never lie down. It's not so bad. And I said,
Head and a blue bill. That is a northern gannet. They're beautiful birds. I don't know if anyone's made it down to Cape St. Mary's. Anyone been down that way? If you haven't been, you should go. There's a beautiful nesting site for those birds right out on a sea stack, and it is amazing. So those birds there are actually related to the blue-footed boobies, the front of the booby family. So if you see another one, you can always say you saw a lovely pair of boobies in Newfoundland. But there's Gull Island just ahead of us there, folks. So we're going to start to make our way over there. And you're going to start to notice some birds flying around here. Most of those are kittiwakes, or the little ones that are beating their wings quite fast are either puffins or the common murre. So start looking around as we make our way over. We'll tell you all about the birds once we get to the island.
Around the end of June, but it depends around the water temperature. But the birds basically come here from the sea They come back to the islands to breed, so by the time their egg hatches, there's an abundant supply of keeping. Also the whales, generally, like the humpbacks are down in the Caribbean where they breed, they come up here and they gorge themselves on
Puffin line,
Cape.
Daniel, look.
In fact, the capelin are like a protein-packed power pellet that enables the whales to double their body weight. They'll put on 3 to 5 feet of blubber over the course of the migration. Now, the few whales that are here now are feeding on herring. There's a bit of herring around, and but like the humpbacks, most of them up.
I would think.
And the bow is the best place to be, or up on the forward part of the
Look,
flybridge.
puffins swimming. Puffin in the look, Hosanna. They're flying.
Probably started now.
Lots of them, right? I think it's about 300 puffins.
Busy out here today, though. There's some
Look at all the birds. It's raining puffins.
There's some on the bridge.
Yeah, so many.
So many on
Guys, if you need a hand, there's lots of space down on the bow, on the back deck, along the rail.
Amazing.
So welcome to Gull Island, everyone. If you need, this is a good time now to get to the port side, which is the left side. You want a good view? There's lots of room.
Hosanna, did you see 2 of them, Daniel? You see? Oh, they're in the water.
So Gull Island is one of 4 islands in this ecological reserve. It holds the bulk population of our puffin colony, 360,000 puffins. The 3 other
See, they're swimming. Daniel, you see 2 of them?
ecological reserve are great, green, and pee-pee. So if you want to be cheeky about it, you can say, well, great, green, and pee-pee. And that's how they remember it. You want to cheeky.
Uh-oh, they might...
Richard was on the mic there the other day, and he looked up, and he got it right in the mouth. And he said it tasted like salty sour cream, but I'm going to take his word for it. I don't want to taste it. I'm sorry you don't do that.
See all the birds, Hosanna. It's raining birds. Daniel saw?
So this is a beautiful little cove here we're coming to.
Hosanna,
All
look,
the
there's puffin in
greens.
the water.
All those dapples of white
Daniel,
that
there's
the
a
birds
puffin in the
have very
water
bright.
swimming.
Everybody getting out their camera, get your selfies taken. Anybody want to take a guess on what this cove is called?
Puffin cove.
Anybody? Puffin Cove, that's a nice name. That's a nice name. Wouldn't it be lovely?
Puffin?
Cove, yeah.
Huh? Which one?
No, when you get
Puffin?
home, you can tag
Who
your
is it?
friends. You can
Puffin?
hashtag on your Instagram, your
Oh.
Facebook. You're
Puffin?
friend, you visited Shit and Rock Cove. Yes, boys, it's called Shit and Rock Cove because that's about all that's in there.
I've never seen birds in the water. I see.
That's why they don't be nesting in the mainland here, because they don't have any real shore predators. So there's no rats and bears, dogs, cats, or people really to bother them out here, because this is a protected reserve. So no humans other than scientists are allowed on this reserve. So now guys, you can see all these little bumps, divots and holes. These are the puffin burrows, because puffins are a boring bird.
Oh.
They build their burrows into the rock face there, into the ground, about 2 to 5 feet deep. And in there they'll have 2 chambers, a bedroom and a bathroom. Really industrious little birds. They'll dig those chambers with their feet and beaks. So you can see all those little white chests there sticking out. Those are the puffins. Just a reminder, they're the ones with the red beaks and the red feet. The puffins are true collegiate birds, so they just arrived here about
Look,
late
look,
April.
Hosanna. Big one.
For the past 8 months, they've been rafting, float around on the open sea, and then they return here to the island for the mating season. If you saw them out on the sea for that 8 months, you wouldn't recognize them as our cute little clowns of the sea. They'd have gray beaks and gray feet. But when they return for the breeding season, they get those brightly colored beaks and feet. And I guess that's to attract a mate. Like that's putting on a makeup, you know? You want to get a mate, right? So that puffin will be out on that open sea for 8 months by itself.
Daniel,
When
look,
it
there's a
returns,
big
it always
eagle.
coming back for its mate. Puffins return to the same island, same burrow, and same mate. They're mated for life. So when they come back, they'll be out on the open ocean looking for that mate, and when they meet the mate, the two of them will come back here to the burrow, and they'll do an act called billing. They'll rub their bills together, they'll roll down over that grass, feeding that puffin chick in the burrow. Now we're going to go out into the harbour here a little bit and see if we can see some puffins who come
See the puffins are
resting
swimming
on the
there,
water there.
Hosanna?
What's happening? Puppets on the water. They're in the water.
Now folks, as April was telling you, that these birds are mated for life. But even though they're mated for life, when they go to sea, they become a solitary bird.
So see, they're swimming in the
I'd
water.
be
Jason, look.
that there's
Jason,
problems
look.
with the male.
Hosanna,
Like
in the water.
most males, they like to stay out late and not come home on time. And climb in the puffin, she forgets and takes him back. And away she flies from there towards the burrow, and he's all excited. They're going in towards the burrow, and he goes in about 3 feet to the darkest, deepest corner, and he's coming abreast of her. And what does she do? Well, she reaches up in the cupboard and pulls down the honey-do list. Because she certainly knows how to handle it. 42 pages long. But he gets about halfway through his task that he has to do, and he's back. He's like a gunslinger with an itchy trigger finger. He just has to get back at it out with the boys. And by the end of the following season, she up boots and gives it to him again. That's the puffins together for about 8 months, sorry, together for 4 months. Now we're going to go in under the cliffs here now. And see the birds. See these birds that are circling out here? These are common birds. And directly in front of me, see how the sod is tore away from the cliff? All of these birds will go in there and set. And a good many puffins.
So as Al mentioned about the common birds, that they strip this part of the island of the grass. These particular piece of the island, the majority of common birds are on Green Island, which is just it kind of looks like a little turtle there, a turtle hump. And that part of the island was so populated that the common birds actually moved down here to Gull Island, took up the real estate, and started rebuilding their colony here. Because common birds are the only species of birds that will nest inches apart. So basically what the scientists told us is that there was no more room on Green Island for these birds to nest, so they actually had to come down to Gull Island and take up real estate. So we're going to come into the bus stop now. This is going to be the closest we're going to get to the island. And you'll be able to see some of the little puffins to just stand out stoically in front of their nest. And what they're doing, if you can see like these herring gulls, the herring gulls are not really predators. The herring gulls are just nuisances, they're scavengers, and they're trying to get the fish that the puffins are bringing in. So you'll see them up on the rockfish, you'll see them up in the little divots, they're waiting around. You're just waiting around to try to steal a little bit of the... Just taking off from the island there now, guys.
There. There. Dạ.
Get it out of the
You can see the puffins, guys. They're beating their wings upwards to 400 beats a minute to try to stay up there in the air. On the mainland, they're called pretty poor flyers. But here in Newfoundland, we call them piss poor flyers. You probably also notice that they have a lot of trouble taking off and landing on the island. But they're amazing swimmers. They can go down to depths of 90 feet in the water.
Put it inside the hand. Put your hand inside.
They're more equipped to diving than flying. Their feet and wings act like propellers.
And they haven't laid their eggs yet. So when they do lay their eggs, this island here to the right side of the boat, the starboard side here, this is Green Island, the second island in the Willis Bay Ecological Reserve, and it is highly populated by these common birds. And like April was mentioning before, they'll use a little bit of their guano, their poop, to stick their egg to that rock face. So of course, on a warm summer day when the wind is blowing just right, they say the smell of it is enough to make your face turn green, and that's why this island is called Green Island. So of course, not because of the color, there's not much grass on it. So yeah, so that island there, that's the second island in the reserve. And the biologists, you notice the shack on Gull Island. However, the biologists don't really conduct much research on that island. It's very hard to get onto, and actually the last biologist that was there had to be airlifted off. So they definitely leave that one alone. There is a smaller population of puffins that will nest here on this grassy bank, just as we come around the backside of the island here. But I always love, as we're making our way along here, just looking down into the water, you might get to see those birds flying under the surface of the water. I always find it really funny. They'll always kind of swim along the surface, like a rock skimming, trying to burn up enough body fat that they can get airlifted again. They use a little bit of the waves and the wind to help lift them right up. But the birds are fabulous divers. So what they lack in ability in flying, they make up for in swimming and diving. So the common bird is actually one of the deepest diving birds that can fly. So outside of penguins, they are one of the deepest diving birds. They found them at depths of almost 200 meters. They're incredible divers. And of course, that little lizard hen, due to their body shape, they can stay down those depths, or their dives can last upwards of 2 minutes. Now, April was mentioning to me folks about the puffins and how they come here to lay an egg. And the whole process of when that egg hatches, and then of course the chick has to come out of the burrow for the very first time on its own. As she mentioned, typically they'll do this at night, and that's just to avoid predators. And then they'll use the light of the moon to fly themselves out to the open ocean, where they'll spend the first 4 years of their lives until they reach sexual maturity. Now, of course, on a dark night, especially when the moon isn't all that visible, not a full moon, or there's a lot of fog, because we tend to get a lot of fog around here. The puffin chicks, when they come out of their burrows, sometimes they'll see all the thousands of birds in a community over here in wingspan. So the guys over there, they like some people like them.
Hold on.
They're trying to get them to give them, they're getting better at it. But of course, those chicks then oftentimes fly into the community, land on the roads or around people's houses, and then of course, as I said, catch a lot of the predators. All the local kids, and we go around with little butterfly nets and flashlights and gloves, and if we saw a puffin chick, we'd keep them overnight and then set them free the next morning. So that started up about almost 15 years ago now. But the program has gone through quite a bit, so it's called Puffin Control.
No, that's the teacher's puffin. The board puffin. You have yours in the bag, right?
So they'll do a lot of tidying up the birds, they'll weigh them, get a lot of data on them, and then release them the following mornings. And we'll do the releases from the boats, the boat here. It makes it a little bit easier. The gulls started picking up that we were releasing them from the beach, and so the gulls will just be there waiting. So now we'll release
description of why we stay here on this island. It's a beautiful place. Anyways, it's not called Saltwater Doors, folks. So wake up in the morning to the quiet of the cold, and to hear Aunt Bessie talking to her son, and to hear poor Uncle John mumbling the wishes to old now. It made me feel like everything was fine. I was born down by the water, it's there I'm gonna stay. I've searched for all the reasons why I should go away, but I haven't got the thirst for all those modern-day toys, so I'll stay, take my chances with those saltwater joys. Following the little brook as it trickles to the shore in autumn when the trees are flaming red, aching leaves are falling around me, watching sunset paint the hills. It's all I'll ever need to feel at home. This island that we cling to has been handed down with pride by folks who fought to live here, taking hardship on the stride. So I'll compliment her beauties, hold on to my goodbye. So I'll stay, take my chances with those saltwater joys. And I leave those mornings with the sunrise on the coast, and clothes like flies around Clayton's floor. Latter's island wrapped in rainbows in the evening after fog. The ocean smells of perfume to my soul. Some go to where the buildings they reach to meet the clouds, where warm and gentle people turn to sworn faceless crowds. So I'll do without the riches, the glamour and the noise. So I'll stay, take my chances with those saltwater joys. Some go to where the buildings they reach to meet the clouds, where warm and gentle people turn to swarm and faceless crowds. So I'll do without the riches, the glamour and the noise. So I'll stay, take my chances with those saltwater joys.